welcome to a new vlog. And I finally got all of my makeup products. That's why I'm not wearing my full face of makeup. I have the foundation, the blush, the bronzer, the highlighter, and also my brows. But everything else I'm gonna do with you because I finally received my eyeshadow palette, and it's this little cutie from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's a mini Soldier palette, and this is the first eyeshadow palette that I bought from this brand, so I have no idea how it's gonna go. But what I loved about it is that it's just a little bit more cool tone. Here you can see how everything is just a little bit cooler, which I absolutely love. Also, what I love about the palette are the 4 shimmery shades, which look incredible online, which I'm so excited to try. And then it also has a completely black matte eyeshadow, which I can use as an eyeliner. This is something that I also wanted. But now let's put it on my lids and see what we got. But before I do that, we can do the satisfying unboxing. So like I said, I never tried it before, so I'm not sure how this look is gonna turn out, but I want to start with this shade in this corner to just go into my crease. I heard it has a lot of kickback, this eyeshadow, so we're gonna see. It's just, it looks so much darker than in the pan, but that's fine. And now of course I'm gonna do the other eye. And as you can see, it looks really neutral on me. I find with so many eyeshadow palettes, when I see them online and they look really neutral, when I put them on, they look orange on me. That's why I wanted something a little bit more cool toned, and I'm really impressed with the blendability. And now that my crease is done, I want to use this shade, the dark brown, and I'm gonna be really careful because they're really pigmented. So maybe 1, 2. These are really nice to blend. I'm actually really surprised because I'm used to my Too Faced eyeshadow palette. So now that I did all of the mattes, I want to use this one, which I think it's called Pearl. And it looks so metallic and so gorgeous online. I want to put it on my lid. Oh my god, I'm so impressed. It's a lot more shimmery and metallic than my Too Faced palette. And that's the reason that I bought this eyeshadow palette. Let me explain why I decided to buy it, because it may look very similar to what I already have. With my Too Faced eyeshadow palette, I hit a pan on my favorite shade, and to be honest, once I use this one up, all of the other shades, they're not the most blendable, they're not my favorite, so I absolutely know that once I use this one up, I'm gonna declutter this eyeshadow palette. That's why I wanted to get another eyeshadow palette that had a similar shade to this one, but also that has a black color in there because I want to have an eyeliner. So I think this one looks amazing. If I show you side by side, they kind of look similar, but at the same time, this one is just a little bit more cool tone. I think this one is just a pure quality. I have to see how it's gonna wear, but when it comes to blendability, you know, this one I was kind of struggling with it just a little bit. But now for the final touch, I'm gonna use my black eyeshadow as an eyeliner with my trusty little pencil. Oh my god, I'm in love with this palette. Oh my god, this is the pigmentation. Oh, it's just so good. And because I stopped using eyeliners altogether ever since I got this brush, I wanted to get a black eyeshadow so I can have the same kind of effect. I love this eyeshadow palette so much. It's everything that I wanted and more. I love that I can use the black color for the eyeliner if I want to have a more dramatic effect. Otherwise, I can also use the dark brown. And I'm definitely a fan of Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palettes. Like I said, this is the first one that I ever tried, and I cannot believe it took me so long. Also, in case you're curious, this one is discontinued, but I'm still gonna keep it. I don't think I'm gonna use other shades except this one. So I'm still gonna keep this eyeshadow palette for this one only, because all of my other mattes, I can show you, I have the Charlotte Tilbury, not this one, this one. All of my other mattes are so much more blendable, buildable. They're just so much nicer to work with. And now it's time to do my mascara, but I'm just gonna put the old mascara that I have in the trash because I completely used it up. It's really dry, so I'm struggling to use it. But I'm gonna use the new one that I had in storage for a while. You know, this is a favorite of mine. This is an Isadora High Impact Mascara that I love so much. New mascara is just such a nice vibe. But I can finally create an amazing eye look, because with the old mascara I really struggled. It was so dry. And then I also bought a mascara to put in storage, because when I buy things online there is a threshold for free shipping, and mascaras I always use them up. So I got myself the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes. I actually prefer this one to the Isadora one, but this one is much more expensive. So this one is kind of just a little bit of a splurge, and the other one is a little bit more, you know, budget friendly. So I just like to kind of mix and match between them, but for now I'm gonna put it in storage. And then lastly, I have the replacement for my Bare Minerals lipstick that I'm gonna put on my lips today. That's why I'm not wearing a lipstick, because if you remember, the last time that I received it, it fell out of the tube, so I was sent a replacement. But for this one, I already used it in the past, so I know that I love to wear it with the lip liner. So I'm just using my Pillow Talk lip liner. This is how it looks on, and if you're curious, this shade is called Grace, and the reason that I bought it is because of the formula, because it's so hydrating. I think it even says, yes, it's a Hydra Smoothing Lipstick, and it's definitely true. When I put it on, I feel right away how hydrating it is, because even though I love my Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, as you can see, I have quite a selection. They can be a little bit on a drier side, so I wanted to have a really hydrating option in my collection, and this one I really like. The color is nothing special, but it's very natural, and I still feel amazing when I wear it. So this is the last makeup update that I have. And now for the final touch, I want to use my root powder, because I did wash my hair yesterday, and as you can see, I have a few grays, and I wanted to show you how this product works in case you're curious. So if you remember, this is the product that I bought. I have the powder for the roots, and then also a nice little brush. Right now what I'm doing is I'm still using up my palette root powder, because this one I already started using, as you can see. So all that I do is I go in there with a tiny little brush, and then I apply it on my roots. Very simple, very easy. And I love this brush because it's not messy at all. I'm trying my best to show you on camera, so I'm gonna have weird angles. And I love this because I can go so much longer between dyeing my hair. And now you can see the difference. It looks so much nicer. I'm not sure if I've done this part all right, because I have to go in my bathroom with a better light, but just the front part, you can see the difference. And I absolutely love this product. I highly recommend it. And now we can go through my jewelry, and I can put all of the pieces on, because as you can see, I'm not wearing anything. Now, because I'm wearing all white, which you will see in a minute, and because I have silver details already, I'm thinking that I could go with this watch. This one is such a cute, dainty little watch. And then for my earrings, I'm gonna go with my pearl. So I need a small earring. And then I also need the big pearl earrings. And I'm thinking of combining my Dior Tribales earrings. As you can see, they're a little bit scattered because I've been mix and matching them lately. So I'm gonna have the pearl front and then the silver back. And now let's put everything on. Like I said, I have the pearl front and the silver back, which looks so nice. And then I also have the extra pearl, because I do have 2 holes in this ear. And this is how the earrings look, so nice. I love to mix and match them. They're so gorgeous. And this is how they look from afar, as you can see. Really nice. And then for my watch, I'm just gonna put it on. I'm not gonna wear any bracelets because I'm gonna do some things in the kitchen and I wanna be, you know, hassle-free. And this is how the watch looks. It's super cute. I love it. And now for my entire look, like I said, I'm wearing all white. So I have my white straight jeans on. I have my white socks. Then I also have the white belt with the silver buckle. That's why I went with silver jewelry today. And lastly, this gorgeous cream puffer jumper that is so unique and special. And also it's super warm, which is why I love it. And this is the look from afar. And now I'm in the kitchen because I want to do some reorganizing. When we were doing my mom's kitchen, I was so inspired by the end result. And I always say that decluttering and organizing can be so contagious. So what I was thinking is to redo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drawers and 1 cabinet, because I just want to move things around a little bit so they make a little bit more sense and everything has a proper home. Now the first drawer, I was just thinking of decluttering the ice cream spoon, because we just never ever use it. On the New Year's Eve, we were actually doing something with the ice cream and we tried using it and it's just annoying. I prefer to use a spoon. So I'm gonna let this one go. And I think for now, I'm just gonna keep the drawer like it is. And now this drawer, I was thinking of reorganizing, but first I wanna take a few things out. We have a shaker that we use every single day pretty much. Some things are in the wash at the moment, but these are all of the extra accessories that we just never ever use, and they're taking up space. Like this is a rim you put on top, but we always drink straight from the cup anyways. We don't need this protection or whatever it is. And then I'm also thinking we don't need so many lids, and I just don't want to keep things we never ever use. I mean, this can be useful, the lids itself, but these are not necessary. These are shakers, and it's just no. You can take the lid off. This have better purpose, so this two I'm also gonna just give away. And then we also have the grater for some reason, which it can stay for now. So I'm just gonna clean everything and I'm gonna put everything back, and then I'm gonna see. Also, this is a coffee maker, but we just never ever drink coffee, but it's so useful for maybe dessert. So I want to put it somewhere else because this space is just a little bit too valuable. And now this drawer, it's a mess. You will see we have Bali's things in here. We have the shaker, we have the storage for our protein that we use with the shaker, because I cannot fit it anywhere else. So this is definitely going out. And I was just thinking to put some other things in here. So I'm just gonna empty everything. For now, I'm just gonna keep it empty because I wanna put some other things in here. But then I was thinking that maybe shaker I can put in this spot, so everything is together, which I think makes a lot more sense. And now here I have another drawer that I want to completely empty. This is our snacks drawer, but honestly, do we need an entire drawer just for snacks? I honestly don't think so. So I'm gonna just take everything out. And I was thinking to put all of the Bali's food in here because it's just gonna be his drawer. I think this makes a lot more sense. So what I've done is I put all of his wet food at the back because we buy it in bulk. Then he has his food and some treats in here, and then also his toys that he's playing with, but not on an everyday basis because we have to monitor him or help him. So I think this looks so much better than before. And now we have the baking section, preparing food section, which I'm realizing this is a lot deeper than the other drawer. And I was just thinking to switch everything around, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be possible. The only thing that I'm gonna declutter is this little thing. These are supposed to be on your glasses, so if you're having guests, you can know which glass is for which person, but honestly we never use them. I got this for my sister because she received them by accident. Yeah, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to leave this one as it is. But then I was also thinking that I can add this thing in here as well, because this one is for tiramisu or something for baking more than for drinking coffee. So this one makes more sense now. Now the drawers are pretty much done except for the bottom one. And what I was thinking to put in there is all of our storage, because right now we have our storage up here and it's so annoying. We don't have a lot of space. It's very hard to reach. And I honestly always forget what we have in storage because I cannot easily check. So I was thinking actually put our snacks in here, which it may be a little bit counterintuitive, but snacks are not something we use all of the time and they're just a little bit harder to reach, which I know for some people this is gonna be weird, but for us it makes sense. I'm gonna just empty all of the storage containers and then I'm gonna add our snacks in here. We just have one little basket. I mean, these are gonna be kind of unhealthy snacks, like crackers. These are whole grain. I think I'm gonna put them with other food because I can still use this with maybe like a spread or something, a little bit like a snack, healthy snack. But these are just, you know, the snacks that are not so healthy. They can go in here. And then for this section, I actually don't know what to put in here. So for now, I'm just gonna leave it empty because maybe I'm gonna have an idea later on. This These are all of our dry goods. I personally think this makes a lot more sense for me, so I'm really happy. But now I have some other storage items. So in here we have our spices and condiments, and we also have the backups of those items because, like I said, that storage is a bit annoying to use. So, for example, I have backups for oregano because we make a lot of pizzas. That can go in storage. I also have a backup of the soy sauce, which can go in storage. In here, I'm actually gonna keep everything because these are really high and they can stay as they are. So I have all of my backups on the island, and now I can put them in the bottom drawer for the new storage. I actually found even more items around the kitchen because I was just storing backups with our normal items like puree or the flour. I just had it next to the container for some reason. So this makes me even happier now because I realized that our storage was really not well done. This is another section that looks so much better now. I added the crackers and I just shuffled some things around, and also had the backups in here. That's why I have a lot more space right now. I'm debating where to put this and how much do we even need this? I mean, we have so many clips. It's insane. Maybe I can put them in here for now. I also have sushi paper, which I can put like so. Oh, maybe like this. Okay, I'm actually happy with this. It's not perfect, but it makes sense in my head. That's all that matters. So what I'm completely decluttering is these items, which is not a lot, but it made a huge difference in the drawer and in the space. But then I have 2 extra baskets that are kind of left over, and I don't know what to do with them quite yet, but I'm not gonna throw them away because these are super pretty and super useful. Then I also have this little puka that I got as a gift, but I think I can repurpose this for something else. Just quickly show you the final results. We have the first drawer, which didn't change a lot. Then we have this one. Here is space for the blades, but then I have the shaker and the cups, and everything is just a little bit nicer. Then this section is full of our storage items, and I'm so excited to have this section. It's brilliant. For this side, this one I just reorganized. This is our food and tea section, baking stuff, everything you need to prepare food, and also the healthy snacks. And lastly, we have the Bali's drawer, which is very spacious, but again, I can perfectly see what he has, which is amazing. And now that the kitchen is done, I can also show you the final look of the outfit, how it looks with the outerwear. I'm going for a monochrome vibe, so I have my ivory coat, I have my white sneakers, and then I have an off-white bag and the cutest doggy in the world. And then I also have the white check scarf, which looks so amazing. Today is sunny, so whenever it's possible, I dress like this in the winter, and because I have a really warm sweater, I can also wear just a wool coat, and I don't have to have my puffer coat for a change. Today I'm so excited because I'm gonna show you the items and things that really changed and improved my life in 2023, because I did ask you if you want to see my favorites and most of you said yes, so I'm super excited. And what I'm gonna start with is actually a recipe, because I'm not really a huge breakfast person. I'm not that hungry in the morning. So in 2023 I discovered, my sister helped me. She gave me a little recipe that I then readjusted. So we kind of discovered a little protein shake that I love drinking in the morning. This is something that I drink most days, and it's perfect because it really sustains my energy throughout the day. It's also very delicious if you ask me. Also, it's very simple. So where should we start? I'm just gonna make it for one. I usually make it for me and my husband. He loves it as well, but I'm gonna start with 1 banana, and I'm gonna write the recipe here in case you want to follow along. So I'm gonna start with the banana. And And now I'm gonna add the milk. I have just a normal milk without lactose because I'm not really good with lactose. That's the only drink that I can really drink. I'm not gonna measure anything, but I do know that I use around 2 deciliters of milk. And you can use any milk, even the plant-based milk if you want. Oh, I'm gonna use everything. I think this is a little bit more than usual, but it doesn't really matter because it's still delicious. And now I'm gonna add my whey protein, which I actually keep in this little IKEA container. And I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons, big tablespoons, because that's the portion for one person. Sometimes I add just a smidge more. And in case you're curious which protein we're using, I can show you. It's a whey protein, but it doesn't have any sweeteners, so it's very, very natural. I personally hate sweeteners, I hate the aftertaste, so I avoid them at all costs. So that's why we are using unflavored protein, because then we can add other things like a banana and add some flavor back in, because yeah, like I said, sweeteners are really not my thing. So that's the protein done. And then I add cacao powder, and I just use a smidge, not a lot, maybe a quarter of the tablespoon, but you can add more. My sister, she adds a little bit more. It really depends what you like, but I personally love just a little bit less. And then lastly, I add the peanut butter, that it's without any sugar, no added sugar, just 100% peanuts. And again, I add just a little bit because I'm not a huge fan of peanut butter, but my husband adds a lot more. I'm just gonna add a third of the tablespoon. For me, that's gonna be enough. But like I said, if you wanna try this out, you can add a half easily, because that's what my husband does as well. Actually, the order that I did this in is very important because, I mean, it's not very important, but I used to add milk first and then I dropped the banana in and everything splashed everywhere, or I started with the protein powder and then it got stuck at the bottom. So this is the order that I perfected because it makes the shaking the easiest. And now for the final step. This is the shake done. It's a little bit more watery today because I added a little bit more milk, but I mean, it's still delicious. And how I love to drink it is just with a straw. It's really, really good. It's usually gone in 5 minutes because I just love drinking it so much. And I must say the taste, for me, it feels almost like a dessert, but I must admit, when I'm overindulging in sugar, that's the only time where I feel this shake feels a little bit healthy, if that makes sense. But other times it's completely fine, and I just absolutely love it. It's not overfilling, it's just the perfect amount for me in the morning. So I'm gonna drink that. I'm also gonna make a shake for my husband and then I'm gonna go through my other favorites. Now that I had my breakfast, I can apply my makeup. And today I don't want to wear foundation. Lately I've just been wearing less and less foundation because I have a favorite of mine that it's really changing how I do my makeup, which I'm gonna show you in a second. But for today, I'm just gonna use the Flawless filter from Charlotte Tilbury, which is tinted just a little bit. It also gives me a nice little glow. I think this was my favorite in 2022 when I bought it. It's absolutely an amazing product, especially in the summer. I love it in the summer. And now I'm gonna add my concealer. I've been using it ever since I got this one. This one is again a product from Charlotte Tilbury. It's Magic Away Concealer. And I also use it as an eye primer. And I'm still in the testing phase to see how it's holding up. So far I really like it. I'm also gonna cover some spots that I have for some reason. I'm not sure why. And then I'm just gonna go in with my brush. I'm actually debating whether I should get the concealer in a lighter shade as well, because I'm gonna be pale for a while now. I'm not sure. I first have to see how it's wearing. So this is my concealer and the Leo Flawless filter done, which is everything that I'm gonna wear today. But then I'm gonna set my face with my Hourglass setting powder. I also use this one on my eyes to help smooth my eyeshadow when I apply it. And now I also wanna apply my new eyeshadow palette again. And I wanna try a few new shades actually. But first, I'm also gonna use this shade for all over my lids. I personally love to just have a nice little base. It makes everything just a little bit easier. But now, as I did the last time, I'm gonna go in with this one for my crease. I love this color very much. It looks so natural in my crease. Then I'm also gonna deepen it just a little bit with the dark brown shade. Then I'm gonna blend everything so it's completely seamless. And now I wanna try a new shade, which I'm not sure how it's gonna go, but I wanna try the silver shimmery shade because online it looked amazing. I was actually a bit worried that it's gonna be a little bit too cold toned for my complexion, but it works perfectly. I love this one too. But now I want to mention another favorite of mine, favorite of 2023 that really changed my game. And maybe you already know what it is. And it's a 238 Detail Smoky Liner brush from Zoeva. And I bought this one to use it instead of eye pencils and eyeliners. And I wasn't sure how it's gonna go, but I love it so much that ever since I bought it, I stopped using my eyeliners and eye pencils. I decluttered some of my eye pencils. And then I also have an eyeliner that's just been sitting in my drawer ever since I got this little brush, which I'm probably gonna declutter this one because I just never ever use it. And today I wanna use it with maybe a shimmery color, just for a change. And I'm gonna use this shade right here. I just highly recommend this brush because you can really use up your eyeshadows, the dark eyeshadows, and you don't need to buy eyeliners and eye pencils if you're going for a more subtle look. I also find this wear really nicely, really long. I don't have any issues because I know some eye pencils are waterproof and all of that, but honestly, these are really nice as well. I see my shadow stay on the entire day without any issues. But if that doesn't work, you can also try an eye primer. And again, it's gonna be much better than having so many eye pencils. I'm having so much fun with this palette. I know I keep raving about this palette. Maybe it's gonna be in my 2024 favorites. I'm not sure, but I really enjoy it. And now I'm just gonna do the final touches very quickly. So this is my final look. Like I said, I'm not wearing the foundation, but the concealer, the blush, the bronzer, and I also have just a little bit of a glowy tint. So the next favorites that I want to go through are my skincare products. That's why I'm in the bathroom. But first, you already know that I have my Saint-Tropez Self-Tan Serum that I love using. I usually mix this one with my night cream or day cream, so it's a little bit more gradual, and I've been really enjoying it. But this is not the favorite that I'm talking about because in December I bought this little thing, and this one is kind of similar option, but the application is very different because this one is a self-tan mist, which means that I don't have to really be careful when I apply it. I can apply it over my morning skincare, evening skincare, or even makeup that I'm wearing today. I can actually do this with you so I can show you how it works. I just don't want to wet my hair, so I'm gonna pull it back just a little bit. It does say to apply only 3 to 5 full pumps, but I do just a little bit more because this one is really natural and gradual, and I love that I can apply it whenever I want to. Even when I'm wearing makeup, I can just apply it and then it's gonna develop throughout the day. So this is definitely a favorite of mine. Even though I bought it just a little bit later in the year, I still recommend it because ever since I started using it, I use it maybe 2 to 3 times a week. I stopped using so much foundation because my skin is just a little bit more glowy and even, because the face tanner does even out the skin tone as well. So these are my self tanners that I'm using. But now I also have a face cream that really improved my skin in 2023. It's from L'Occitane. It's the Ultra Rich Face Cream. My friend also loves it very much. We were just kind of talking about it and I was like, oh my god, we love the same cream. This one is my second jar, and as you can see, it's almost completely gone. I actually bought a few more that I put in storage. I bought 3 extra jar because there were some discounts in January. But this one really improved my skin because I have a skin that it's a little bit drier, and for a while I've been looking at night creams that would really moisturize my skin, but then I realized in the morning when I would wake up, my skin would be so dry. But this one works magic for my skin. And I also started using it with another product that makes it even better. Now this product is nothing special, but it's just argan oil. And I use 2 to 3 drops. I put it in my palm, and then I also add the cream in my palm. I mix everything together and I apply it all over my face and my neck. And when I wake up the next morning, I can still feel my skin is plump and moisturized, and I absolutely love this combo. It's just been really improving my skin. I'm also noticing that my forehead lines, because I'm a very expressive person, ever since I started doing this, they're just a little bit less visible, because you know, when you have moisturized, properly moisturized skin, it's gonna look so much nicer. And now I also want to share a book that I read in 2023. I have it on my Kindle right here, and I'm gonna tell you everything in a second. But first, I also wanted to mention all of these 4 books, because these books are absolutely life-changing. This one I read 4 times, and I think I'm gonna read it again this year, because every time you read it, you just get something new out of it. I love the technique of letting go. It really improved my life so much. So I definitely recommend this book. It's amazing. Then this one, it's also brilliant. This one is in Slovenian language, but in English it's called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Joe Dispenza, and it just talks about how we're used to being the person that we are and how everything works in the brain. And I read this book 2 times, and again, I think I'm gonna read it for the 3rd time, maybe this year, maybe next year, but it's definitely a book that I want to read again. Then I also have the You Are the Placebo, I think it's called in English, again from Joe Dispenza. This one I just read once, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna read it again, but I just love to have it on my bookshelf because I do love the message behind the book. And then lastly, my life-changing book that I have is Atomic Habits, which I read 2 times, and I started reading it for the 3rd time, as you can see, but now I took a little break from it, and it's just so nice to know how you can build good habits. So if you haven't read these books, I definitely recommend them. I mean, this one is very specific, so this one is maybe not for everyone, but other 3 are so life-changing. I love them. And now for the book that I read in 2023, I'm just opening it so you can see the cover. So I have it on my Kindle, and it's called Essentialism, and this is the book that I bought myself in the summer months. So when I was on the beach, this is something that I was reading, and at first I wasn't sure if I'm gonna learn much from it, because I read so many things about minimalism already. I decluttered my life so much, but this book is really special and unique, and how it explained things, it really shifted my perspective, and I changed my life quite a lot after I read this book, because it really opened my eyes. It really kind of guides you so you can realize what are your priorities, what is essential to you. And also it made me realize when I say yes to something, that means I'm also saying no to something else. So every yes is also a no, and every no is also a yes, which is absolutely brilliant. And this book was actually the reason that I stopped posting on my blog, because I never really enjoyed that. It was just a fantasy that I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have a YouTube channel and a blog, and they're gonna be amazing together. But honestly, I don't like writing. I love talking, as you can tell. And this book really gave me the courage to listen to myself, and I also changed things in other areas, no doubt. So if you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. I also think that I'm gonna read it once more, maybe this year, maybe next year, because I do love reading in the summer. And with books like this that are really life-changing, you can read them multiple times and you get even more benefit. Every time you read them, you get something new out of them. That's why I love them. And lastly, I want to share my fashion favorite. I just have one item that I picked because I decided I'm gonna go more into fashion favorites when I do my seasonal favorites, because it's very hard to say, yeah, this item is amazing for the entire year, because usually it's just amazing for one season or maybe 2. So that's why I've just picked one, and it's something that I'm wearing today, but not quite yet. So first, let me show you the inner layer. So I have my skinny jeans, medium wash skinny jeans. I also have my white sneakers that I'm wearing with black socks, and this is something that I realized that I should get a pair or 2 of white socks that are a little bit higher that I can wear in the winter with my white sneakers. So that's good to know. But then I also have my black belt with a silver buckle and just a black turtleneck that I rolled out just a little bit, so I have a little bit of the neck. Then I have the new silver watch, and I have some simple silver studs. So this is very simple look, but now let me show you the outer layer. So what I'm wearing is a faux fur coat that I love wearing with my white sneakers because they're just so different. The white sneakers are very sporty, but then the coat is very polished and very elegant, and I love this combination. But now for the 2023 favorite, can you guess what it is? it's this one that I love so much, and I'm so excited that I bought it. I cannot stop wearing it. I thought I'm only gonna wear it with my monochrome outfits, but honestly, I love how it looks with my white sneakers. I love how it looks next to the black color. I just love this bag so much, and specifically because of the color. I mean, the shape is amazing, the size, everything is amazing, but the color is just so great. It's off-white, so I can wear it in so many different options. I love this bag so much. I started neglecting some of my other older bags, like my nude bag or my red bag, but maybe I'm just in honeymoon phase, I'm not sure, but this is definitely a favorite of mine and I love it so much. I know it's weird, but I love it. I also wanted to ask you that if you have any of your own 2023 favorites, please let me know in the comments. This is something that I would love to know because yeah, it's fun to share if you ask me. Thank you for watching today, and you know the drill. If you've come so far, leave me the emoji of the camera down below. So thanks again, and I will see you next time.